All right, my friends, welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and today we want to talk to you guys about what the best equipment is to buy for sim racing, especially if you're somebody that is just trying to start out, you're playing on a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series X, or even on PC and you want to get into it and start to be able to put down some laps and get better. So I've had the opportunity this last few weeks to test multiple different steering wheels. I've got some entry-level Thrustmaster. I've got some entry-level PXN. I also have a Fanatec DD Pro that I bought myself. So we've got like a pretty, most of this stuff, you could potentially say all of it is entry level, because this is essentially entry level DD Pro. It's 8 Newton meters of power. You get the boost kit for it. They usually come at 5 Newton meters, but then you buy the boost kit so you actually have more power. The thing is what you're looking for, and this goes back to cockpits and everything. That up there is my. Let me get over here just so you guys can kind of see it a little bit. That right there is my Fanatec, or not my Fanatec, but my Next Level Racing FGT cockpit. Now that there up here, and the other side up there is going to be my the ERS3 seat that I bought for this. Now that there is basically a mod that you can put onto your cockpit. You just reuse the seat slider that's already on there with the amazing seat that already comes on this. I want to talk. Let me talk a little bit more about cockpit right now, because the FGT cockpit. Okay, I want to tell you guys why this thing is absolutely freaking incredible and why you should definitely consider this if you have the space, you have the room for a cockpit stand. The Next Level Racing FGT cockpit, I will have links in the description for all of these products, but the FGT cockpit, it comes basically with everything that you can either put it in F1 or you could put it in GT Racing. You get a shifter mount, you get a butt kicker mount, and you also get a seat slider on there day one, right out of the package. There is also a bolt-on TV mount that you can hook to that, where you can run either triple screens or up to a 65-inch big screen a big screen TV. Plus it also will do like a single widescreen ultra wide monitor. So like right there, that there just gives that so much versatility. And this is going to be more for the PC guys for this other part. I guess the Xbox guys could use this too, but flight simulator. There's a kit that they actually sell at Next Level Racing for another $100 that you can mount on and turn this into a flight simulator cockpit as well. Now, and obviously, like the ERS3 seat, the most of Next Level Racing equipment is designed to either be modded or upgraded or bring something else. They always have everything drilled out for all the major manufacturers like Thrustmaster, Fanatec, depending on when their cockpits launch. The FGT cockpit is not drilled for the new Fanatec or for the new Thrustmaster, but the new Wheelstown 2.0 is. I also have that as well. But it just keeps coming back to the cockpit with the Next Level Racing FGT cockpit. Not only is it my favorite cockpit yet, like it is super stable, and the thing is once you buy, you don't want to have to keep replacing your cockpits. You don't want to do that, like just to get into sim racing. And I don't think everybody understands this, because you see all these aluminum frame and you see all these motion sim rigs and all of this expensive stuff that literally can add up, and it it adds to the immersion like heavily. Trust and believe, like everything that they put out and they build, it adds to the immersion. But once you start getting more moving parts into the equation, you're going to need to know how to operate these things. You're going to need to know about hydraulics and all the other things. Gosh dang it, what are those things called again? They're probably going to have a bunch of solenoids and all kinds of other things that you're going to have to start learning about and learning how to maintain so that you can keep your cockpit operational. Yes, those things are fun, but they are expensive. They are super expensive, and you have to know what you're doing. So basically, this video is for that entry-level sim racer, that dude that comes home from work, just wants to jump into a sim rig or you know, fold out a sim rig or pull up his chair next to a wheel stand or something. This video is for you. Now, I'm basically in that category. That's me. That's my category. That is what 100% dominates my sim racing experience. One day, if my daughter moves out or something and I get access to the bedroom, maybe then I'd start getting into more of that hardcore sim racing. But you know, that's mostly for the guys on PC and they're wanting to play. If you're a console or entry-level PC guy, this video is going to be perfect for you. Now, I've tried a few other cockpits. I bought a play seat. I bought one of the play seats that have the little shaft that comes up the middle. I'll have a picture of it in this video. And like it just felt floppy. I mean, my legs, every time I go to hit the brakes or something, it would push that right off the post. It was just unstable. I had to put screws in it. I had to alter that thing. I had to screw the shaft down for the steering wheel because it kept flopping side to side. I mean, if you're shorter, you know, like in like your 5'2" to 5'11" or whatever, that cockpit might work for you, but that thing was just very unstable. I wouldn't recommend that to anybody to buy that unless you're buying it for, like, you know, a teenager or something like that. But Playseat does make other cockpits that are good. I'm not saying that Next Level Racing is just the best and that's all you need to worry about. Next Level Racing makes a good product. When I reached out to them and they sent out that FGT cockpit, I was still using the Playseat. I've been in love with this. I've been in love with this cockpit the whole time. See, when I first got it, I was a lot bigger. I was like 300 something pounds, and I was a much bigger person. So getting into that flat seat that the FGT cockpit has, absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. Felt comfortable all the time. I was able to sit down there and I was able to race and have fun with that. And so after a while, being able to turn that around, and then, you know, now I've got it set up with the ERS3 seat on there, as you can see up there. And that there's a lot more premium seat for sure. That seat was like $300, man. It is awesome. I love it. I love the fabric. I love how it feels. I love the quality of it, the style of it. It just looks incredible. Super easy to set up on there. You just take off the old seat slider from the old seat, put it on this one, take off the old seat slider or the new seat slider that's on this seat, and then you swap them over, and then boom, you're good to freaking go. Like, it's so incredible. Now, I know. I mean, this video is not scripted or anything like that. So with the FGT cockpit, 100%. This is my recommendation for like your long-term needs as that type of sim racer that is, you know, the console guy that just wants to come home, get on there, play, be able to sit there for hours and stuff. That's my recommendation, honestly, because it just works. And you never, it's one of those kind of cockpits that you can sit and forget and enjoy all the time. This cockpit comes with extra support so that you can run pretty hardcore DD rigs on it too. Like, you can beef this thing up. It comes with all the support brackets. It comes with extra stabilizers, all kinds of other stuff like that. Like the box of stuff that comes with it, plenty. You're going to have plenty of hardware to hook pedals to it. You're going to have plenty of hardware to hook your steering wheels, everything else to it. Like, it just comes with all the included stuff normally that you would need, except for T-nuts. I don't think it came with T-nuts. I think if you bought like a Fanatec, that would come with that, because I think that's what came in mind. So basically everything else that you need is going to be in that kit for that. And like I said, if you wanted to upgrade later into even more, you know, like flight simulator stuff, you actually will be able to do that with the Next Level Racing FGT cockpit, as well as trade out your seat for something more comfortable, or, you know, even their bucket seats, all of their seats, you know, you can mod to fit this seat. Now, they also have the wheel stand 2.0, which is something that if I would have bought that wheel stand 2.0, I would probably still be using it, because you can hook your chair into the cradle and you can just use that, and it just feels good. It feels comfortable. It's easy to move around, stuff like that. So, and that one there, the wheel stand 2.0, you can build that into a full-on cockpit with the kit for that, as well as turn it into a flight simulator as well. So incredible. I just wanted to talk first about cockpits. And you know, there's plenty of choices out there. You get on Amazon and you can see thousands of different just like cockpits, and you're like, yeah, man, that would work. That's why I say look for your regular brands. I've also tried 2 other cockpits from Next Level Racing. The GTR Racer, which is your so it's going to go wheel stand 2.0, which is, you know, like usually about $249. Then it's going to go straight over to the Formula Light Racer, the other one that I just reviewed. Now I had this one set up in here, did some VR on it. Oh my gosh, that thing was freaking comfortable and fun, easy to set up. You could fold it up, stick it away. I ended up donating that to a friend of mine because he definitely needed a new sim racer. I mean, he was sitting there at a desk, and so I was like, all right, I will give that to you. You know, I like being able to do that. That's freaking awesome. To being able to, you know, because I'm not going to need it, and I'm not going to just let it sit here. So I'm gonna donate the stuff that I get to either people I know or, you know, somewhere on the channel or something. So, and the GTR Racer was so it goes the wheel stand, which is $249, definitely upgradable into a full cockpit. Definitely love that thing. The Formula Light. This is something that like you can. I would recommend this product to somebody that doesn't do a whole lot of sim racing, you know, or has a very small place where they can pull it out and use it every once in a while. That's who I would recommend that product for, because it's really lightweight. You can fold it up. I think it was all folded up and everything. Like I could literally stick it in like the hall closet and still have a lot of room in there. Like it was pretty good once it's all folded up. Not bad at all. It's got extra support straps, all of that stuff. That's the only one that I've put together yet that did not come with a shifter mount. But it's you're buying that, you're trading upgradability and stuff for convenience and being able to, you know, just fold it up and stick it in a closet. So that's definitely a good one to keep an eye out for. If that fits you, that thing was very strong. It holds up to 330 pounds, held my weight, no freaking problem. And I was like, wow, this one is very comfortable. I was actually like, it was either donate the wheel stand to my friend or donate that one to him. And trust and believe, that was a very hard decision. But I kept the wheel stand because I'm going to be putting the FGT back in the studio, and then the wheel stand is what I want to keep around so that I can test new wheels as I get them, so that I can bring you guys content. It is a little bit harder once you get a full-on cockpit like that to start taking things off and putting things back on. But man, this Next Level Racing one, oh my gosh, you've got a few different ways to where you can set the pedal plate on there. There's the frame that goes across it, and you can put it way down so you can sit in it like you're driving a truck. So if you're a truck driver into the truck driver sims, you can get one of those and hook that up, and it gives you that like more like you're sitting down and driving like in a truck. Or you can have it up higher, way higher, with your seat back down, so it's F1. Or you can do it like GT racing, where you're gonna just push the plate up a little bit and have your pedals. Oh man, it is so freaking cool. I love that freaking cockpit. It's like my favorite thing ever. And just the versatility. I'm not even joking, guys. Like, I know this sounds like a freaking sales pitch, but the versatility of the freaking FGT cockpit is unmatched in my opinion. It is $499, and it is a pure freaking blast to be on. And it's stable. It's super high quality. If you get it together right, it's got everything you need, and I love that. So after the Formula Light Pro, you're going to move on right over to the GTR 3 Racer. Now the GTR Racer, this was an interesting product. It's the next step in the lineup. You know, you start $299 for the Formula Light, you're $399 now for the GTR Racer. The GTR Racer is a tube metal. This one, as is the Formula Light. So I mean, slightly similar construction, but the GTR Racer is probably, in my opinion, this is built for a specific setup. Now, we're talking the pedals that come with like your Thrustmasters or even your Fanatec, where they're kind of on a plate and they're like this or whatever, because you don't have any adjustment on the plate or anything, none whatsoever. It does have a seat slider. It does come with the bucket seat, and it does come with, you know, lot of adjustment for your overall mounting of your wheel. It is designed to support up to 13 Newton meters of freaking power. So it does. I would put it on a mat, definitely on a rug or something. But it doesn't take up as much space as the FGT cockpit. It's designed specifically for that time. I mean, you could use it for whatever racing you want. Obviously, if you get your wheels and your pedals on it, you can do whatever you want. But it's designed to replicate the GT racing, and that's cool. Like, I do like that. But I kind of feel like that one there, while not bad at all, I would have liked to see some adjustment for the pedals, you know, so that you can have them straight, or, you know, so you could go flat or straight up. Definitely makes it hard if you're buying like an expensive set of, you know, load cell pedals that are straight mounted. That's definitely going to pose a problem for you, because you're going to be putting your foot on the pedals the whole time, as opposed to being able to rest your foot and then push. So that one there, not a bad cockpit at all by any means, but just know what you're buying for it and know what the limitations are, and you're fine. And I do think that would definitely last you a long time as well. The seat construction was awesome. Everything about that was beautiful. And obviously there will be pictures of all of these cockpits that I'm talking about in here. So the GT3 is an awesome setup. Then you also have your and then you also have like the FGT, the one we've been talking about, and then there's like the GT, the FGT Lite, and all of those are the aluminum construction, all of that stuff. Those are much bigger rims. Those are definitely designed for a lot heavier weight Newton meter rims. They're designed to be more heavy duty, more hardcore. Obviously, you know, I'll end up with one of those eventually, but those are designed for like that. You know, you want that 20 Newton meter freaking wheel set up, and nobody's going to tell you any different. You just want to put money away. And then they're not even that expensive. They're like $699. So they're not like super expensive, but that's where you are if you're wanting like 20 Newton meters or higher. That's pretty much what you want. That's going to be able to support that. It's going to give you the versatility to hook on, you know, all your other stuff. They're really cool. I'm definitely looking forward to getting one too. They absolutely look cool. Can't wait to build one on the channel for you guys. But as you get into the world of sim racing, you just need to find the cockpit first. I recommend, you know, looking at the cockpit, seeing which one you want to buy, and then, you know, you kind of come over to like the wheel setup. Okay, so what we got set up over here is basically your console. You can play them on PC too, but I recommend these for the console. These are going to replace these wheel setups are going to replace your controllers. You know, your Xbox, your PlayStation controller. This is what these products are designed for. These are what you're going to want to use to be able to get in there and race. Now, this is your entry level. This is $200 for the Thrustmaster, $229 for the PXN, and then you're about $400 for the Thrustmaster T248. This is the T128. Now, these types of wheelbases, and you got to pay attention to this, okay? These types of wheelbases are designed. They're designed to give you a good enough feeling to where it will trick your brain to where you feel like you're driving. The Thrustmaster T128 definitely does a better job than the PXN. The PXN does come with a lot more flashy stuff like a shifter and the pedals and stuff like that. But I think the overall driving sensation and feeling is going to be better in the Thrustmaster ecosystem. You're looking at like 30 years of experience versus, you know, since 2014 or 2004 or something, you know, so not like a whole lot of, you know, not as much experience, but definitely there. I think it was 2014. I think it's 2014. So PXN's been around since 2014. So I mean, you've got like longevity. You know, this is like PlayStation 3 era or before that, and then you've got, you know, just coming into the scene, you know, with the PXN. It's not a bad setup. It does kind of work, but you've got 100% compatibility with like a Thrustmaster or a Logitech or a Fanatec or something like that. And I gotta stress that, Kay, because there's nothing more frustrating than getting your favorite game, getting on there to play, and it not working, and you being sitting there with a controller that. Because if you try to drive a Assetto Corsa Competizione with a controller, you just can't do it. Like, you literally almost have to buy a wheel to get into that. This would be my minimum recommendation for Assetto Corsa Competizione is the Thrustmaster T248. You can do it on the 128, like you can do it and it feels fine, but this is going to give you a better experience at $400 mounted to either a cockpit or a wheel stand. This is going to be my recommendation for that in that space. If you've got a little bit more money and you really want to take Assetto Corsa to like a next level, then I recommend the Fanatec DD Pro. This is going to put you back about $699 or $799 or something on the Fanatec website. Worth every penny. Same with this one, 400 bucks, worth every penny. You got a good pedal set that comes with an extra spring for that you can actually get more tension out of. Very good. I was actually just before I made this video, I was getting ready to take the full-on cockpit back into the room, hooked up with the Thrustmaster T248 so that I can complete my review for the rest of that. I will be hooking that bad boy up to the to some Assetto Corsa and everything on PC. So we're definitely gonna get back to, but console wise, yes, this is my recommendation out of the box. It's stronger than the G23, the G20, the whatever. This is my absolute recommendation for console starter rigs. My absolute recommendation is 100% the T248. If you really want that extra power though, the Fanatec is good. It is good. It is very good. I really like this bad boy. The Fanatec definitely won me over. Probably it was a little bit rough at first because I was like, gosh dang man, this thing just feels like I want like some, and I was like blindsided. Like I was thinking that like, oh yeah, this canvas is so good because it was really good on rally. I really liked the way it felt on rally, but you know, now that I've actually I prefer the more refined feeling of the Fanatec over a lot of, and you know, you get that same refinement when it comes to Thrustmaster. You just get a working product that feels good and you can learn from. That's the main thing. That's exactly what you want. You're me 2017. I didn't know what to buy. I didn't know who to talk to. There was T150 on the shelf at Best Buy. There was TMX on the shelf at Best Buy. There was Logitech on the shelf at Best Buy. I went home with the T150. I was like, I just want to try it. T150 lasted me about a year and a half, and then I was like, you know what? I want to get the TX. I was actually going to get the TSXW or whatever, but I was like, no man, I'm gonna get the TX. So I bought the TX. I went and bought the Ferrari mode. That one comes with the 2 pedals as well. Ended up not caring about the pedals, so I ended up ordering the T3PA Pro pedals. I bought that. I got those. I upgraded those with some Sparco plates, some pedal plates. Very cool, man. You buy those on Amazon. They get here in a day. You stick them on there. You got to drill a little bit, but it just looks so clean. I'll have a picture in here. The when you finally get like all of your setup set up, then I ordered another rim. I ordered like a bigger Ferrari rim for that. Man, I love that thing. I'll have a picture for you too. I love that freaking thing, man. That thing was so awesome, but it was hooked to that play seat. And then when I first got the FGT cockpit, and I had the Thrustmaster hooked up on there. And wow, dude, it completely changes it made it so much more firm. And the firmness is what kind of helps you. Is once you've got the firm foundation for your wheel, it definitely helps you out. But like I said, man, like I was you, 2017, throwing money out the window. Just throwing money out the window. Buying this, buying that, buying this. Trying to make the experience better. And then, you know, I'm here, I'm on the channel, and next thing you know, Camus reaches out to me and they're like, hey, you want to try our new DDWB21? And I was like, sure, no problem. So they send me out a 15 Newton meter wheel. The only thing I'd ever had was a Thrustmaster TX. And I'm like, oh my gosh, dude, I can't even use it. They didn't give me no pedals. And so I had to buy the Thrustmaster thing so I could use my pedals. So I ran that DDWB with my Thrustmaster pedals until I bought the Fanatec. And then I gave the TX to my son-in-law because I was like, dude, I don't need this anymore because I've got a Fanatec, I've got a Camus, I just don't need it anymore. So, and that was like before when I was trying to like kind of declutter a little bit. I go through these like seasons of declutter or whatever, but But that's the thing, man. Like, you can get like sucked into this, and you can just waste a lot of money, or you can just buy stuff that's going to work for you. And you have to ask yourself, where at in sim racing do you want to be? Where do you want to be? Like, what is the main focus of what you want to do? Do you play multiple genres? If you play multiple genres, you know, both of these wheel setups, the Thrustmaster T248 and the Fanatec DD Pro, that's going to be where you're going to, if you, do you want to play on multiple systems? I'm going to say Fanatec on that one. That one there, just, I would say PXN, but this is so hit and miss. It's essentially like hooking this up, this Raz1 Lucian 2. Now, this right here is supposed to convert any wheel you got into an Xbox or whatever. I plugged this thing into the T248 this morning, to the Xbox, and it came up as a G920, and then it didn't work. Like, there was no force feedback or anything, and I'm just like, this thing cost me $120. $120 on top of the $400 that you would have paid for this. That's $500. That's $520. You're better off getting on a Fanatec website, honestly, and building your package. Buy the PlayStation, buy the PlayStation base. Their security tag is in the base. Buy the Xbox wheel rim. This is the one I bought. This is a bit extreme. This one here cost me $441. This is the Fanatec Club Sport Universal V2. This thing here is an absolute monster. This is my rally rim on there, my R330 rim. This thing right here is so premium, it's not even funny. But if you're gonna do multi-console racing in PC, just get the Fanatec. I love Thrustmaster to death, but they do not offer that option. Like, you have to buy individual. Like, you get one console in the PC, one console in the PC with Thrustmaster. They do need to make a freaking product that has like a security chip for Xbox in the freaking rim. Come on, Thrustmaster, let's do this. It's 2024 already. This is something that holds you back. But when it comes to, like, you know, just your PC and your Xbox, or your PC and your PlayStation, definitely this is actually really good with Gran Turismo. I actually prefer the way this feels over the Fanatec with something like Gran Turismo 7. It just feels better. Right now, the force feedback is so messed up on Gran Turismo that it doesn't really matter what you're using. It's just not that great. But overall, man, there's a lot of other brands out there right now. And this is the part of the video that you know, I need you guys to understand this. Now, I've tested some of these wheels. I've tested Camus. Obviously, I've been testing PXN, and you know, I get more of them reaching out to me all the time, and I turn some of them down. The only one that I will cover is MOZA. I'm not covering any of the other brands on the channel. The only reason I will cover MOZA is because that is, I mean, that is the top competitor for Fanatec. So that's the only reason I'll cover them. And like, yeah, dude, if it's a competitor to Fanatec, it needs to be as good as Fanatec, and it needs to 100% work compatibility-wise like Fanatec does. I'm not covering any of them. I'm not going to cover SimMagic. I'm not going to cover any of those other brands that just popped up a few years ago, and they're out there giving them out to content creators like they're candy. I kind of feel like they target smaller channels like mine, and you know, it kind of puts this like little sense of like, yeah, man, they were there for me when nobody else was there for me. And so I kind of feel like some other content creators might start getting like this like, oh man, well, I owe them because they were there for me. No, man, you don't owe any of these. Trust me, if you're another content creator, you don't owe any of these guys. They're giving these things out like candy to everybody. Give them an honest review and then put them on the shelf. I did like Camus because of the way it felt on Rally, and you know, for the most part, like, it was compatible with the games I was playing at the time, so I didn't really see an issue with it. But as time grows and new games come out, I started finding more and more and more inconsistency with not being compatible with those games day one. And that's going to be important to you. Fanatec, Thrustmaster, Logitech, these brands have, you know, even Turtle Beach. Even Turtle Beach has a freaking new one. I would definitely love to cover Turtle Beach's too. I might actually go buy Turtle Beach's DD wheel just to try that one out. But all these other brands that are just popping up everywhere, guys, they're gonna have. I'm not saying don't buy them. I'm just saying make sure you know what you're like, where you're at, so that when you like look at this, dude, my shirt, it's so hot in here, like I'm sweating so bad. Just know that like that these companies that are coming out, they've only been popping up. Like MOZA's only been out for a couple of years. Camus has only been out for a little over a year and a half. They started sending this stuff out to me like as soon as they opened the doors. I'm like, what the freak, man? And I'm not saying Camus is a bad product. I actually do I do enjoy their products. They're fine. They get the job done, but it just doesn't compare to the experience that you get with Fanatec or Thrustmaster. It just doesn't. Like, it doesn't have that compatibility day one. Like, you can have all the power in the world. You can have the coolest looking stuff at the lowest freaking price. If that shit don't work on your game, how good is it? How good is it? Now, I hope that Camus and MOZA and everybody takes this as constructive criticism, but we need 100% compatibility, man. Like, people that are coming into sim racing, you get on one of them wheels and you don't got compatibility. You're sitting on the internet all the time trying to figure out how to use it and stuff. I recommend those products for seasoned sim racers only. If you're new, get training wheels, man. Seriously, go with the Thrustmaster, go with the Fanatec. Do not, or the Logitech, do not throw your money at something that you are gonna. Don't throw that's always been kind of a thing at me. Don't throw your money at something that is going to potentially push you away from the sim racing community. We need more we need more drivers. We need more racers. We need more people to get into it. I'll tell you this. Sim racing is the most immersive experience you can get in video games, as is Flight Simulator and PSVR 2 on the PC. Oh my gosh, that's so incredible. So incredible to sit in an F-22 Raptor, dude. That is so fun. I'm flying. I'm going to be doing some more flying today. I was flying from gosh dang it, what do they call that freaking place? The Grand Canyon to my house. Oh, wow, that is cool. But yeah, sim racing is very immersive. If you are new and you're wanting to get into it, please take my advice, my friends. Get something that's actually going to benefit you, at least short to medium term, until you get your feet wet. Yes, it might be a little more expensive. If you bought the FGT cockpit and the Fanatec DD Pro, you know, and say you're just using this on the PlayStation, you don't care, you just want it on the PS5, you spend your $941 for your, and this is the 8 Newton meter, $941 is what that cost me, and then it's like $540 something dollars to buy the, so you're about 13. You're about at the same price it cost me to buy this wheel rim and the Fanatec base. You know what I mean? And mind you, that doesn't even have a load cell pedal set. I'm actually going to buy one here pretty soon. That doesn't even have a load cell pedal set. You're already at like $1,400. So you're about $1,400 for the FGT cockpit and that. But if you were to go $800 or $941 for this, and then get the wheel stand 2.0, then you're just a little over $1,000. And that is DD, that is entry level DD, everything works. Boom, you're out the gate, you're having fun, you're golden. Like, you're good until you're like, oh man, I want a new rim, or I want better pedals, or I want whatever else comes to your mind. You're good until then. Like, you are absolutely good. The Fanatec pedals that come with that base, perfectly fine. I've been using them for a long time. The wheel, I've had this over a year now, almost a year and a half. The wheelbase, everything, it works incredible. The only thing is that rim that it comes with this is like 280 millimeters, so it is kind of small. Yeah, definitely. But if you want, you know, and that's just a little over, that'll be about $1,000. $400 plus $500, that's $900. That is almost as much as that base alone cost me to get a wheel and a cockpit. You see where I'm going with this? Now, if you want to just spend $600, Thrustmaster, wheel stand, gaming chair. You gaming chairs, whatever. My gaming chair, the Inky Razor, cost me $400. Whatever you buy is going to cost you anywhere from $100 to upwards of $1,000, man. So that's 100% your choice. So that right there is like $600. But if you really want to get cheap, you got $200 right here. Wheel stand, $250. That's $450. That's less than the cost of just this base alone to get you sim racing. So there is somewhere to get in there. I don't really recommend this type of a product in PXN. I'm sorry, I just can't. It's flashy and it's got all this stuff, but it's hit or miss. Like sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. I will be testing this again because there's an app, so I'm going to be running it with some games here in a little while. But yeah, guys, I don't know about recommending PXN. I know this is going to work. I know this is going to work. I was a Thrustmaster fanboy since 2017 all the way up until early 2020. Thrustmaster was my thing for all those years. I know this is going to work. This is easily going to replace your Pro controllers. You're going to spend the same amount of money on this wheel setup as you are a DualSense Edge. So yes, this here, I easily can recommend that over a DualSense Edge for racing games on your PlayStation 5. And the same goes for Xbox. I can easily recommend this over your Xbox controllers for sim racing. Easily. That's going to cost you the same amount of money. So at the end of the day, guys, sim racing, it can definitely be expensive, but if you're a newcomer or a new beginner, definitely these products, the Thrustmaster stuff or the Fanatec or any of these are going to be good products for you, and they're going to last you a long time. By the time you even think about upgrading, it will be because you're like, whoa, I love this so much, I want better. Not, oh man, this shit sucks. I'm just going to throw it in the closet. Maybe I'll use it, maybe I won't. This shit right here would be in a closet quick. I'm sorry, it would. It would be in a closet very quickly. You'd be like, and it could potentially ruin your experience. Any of those other, even like the C5, what was that, $250 for that? Then you got to buy the table clamp. Then you got to buy the little clamp for your freaking, so it comes out to like $350 altogether. And the shifter's broke. The shifter broke. It just cracked right off. So I'm like, no, you can't have that. These shifters right here are definitely a lot more better than that, and they're bigger. So I don't know if I'd recommend the Camus. And like I said, the Camus compatibility is about the same as compatibility with this. It's hit or miss. So, and it's only PC. Or you could buy this right here and hope it works on your Xbox, your PlayStation. See, like, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. MOZA is the only one that makes it, and that's the only reason I would cover MOZA is because they're the only one that make an Xbox product. So I would cover MOZA, but I'm going to stay away from the other brands. So, all right, my friends, if you guys like this content, do not forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and please come back soon.